Record producer Bob Power died March 1, 2026, at the age of 73. He worked on classic albums for artists including A Tribe Called Quest, D'Angelo, and Erykah Badu, helping shape the sound of neo-soul and hip-hop for an entire generation. Power is being remembered as an educator and mentor who taught and inspired new generations of musicians and producers. Information about his surviving family has not been made public. Actor Stephen Hibbert died March 2, 2026, in Denver at the age of 68, after a heart attack. He got his start in improv with the Groundlings and went on to write for Late Night with David Letterman, Mad TV, and Boy Meets World. He is also remembered for playing the Gimp in Pulp Fiction. Hibbert is being remembered as a versatile and gifted performer who left his mark on some of the most celebrated film and television of the 1990s. Information about his surviving family has not been made public. Musician Len Gary died March 2, 2026, at the age of 84 of pneumonia. He played T-chest bass for the Quarrymen, the band formed by John Lennon in the 1950s that ultimately evolved into the Beatles, and later sang and played guitar in a reunited version of the group from the 1990s onward. Gary is being remembered as one of the last living links to the very beginning of the Beatles' story. Information about his surviving family has not been made public. Civil rights activist Bernard Lafayette died March 5, 2026, at the age of 85, of a heart attack. He was a pioneer of the civil rights movement, a leader of lunch counter sit-ins, one of the Freedom Riders, and an organizer of the historic marches from Selma to Montgomery. He later co-founded the Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies and spent his life teaching Kingian nonviolence to generations of activists. Lafayette is being remembered as one of the great unsung heroes of the American civil rights movement. He is survived by his wife Kate Bowles Lafayette and two sons, Bernard Lafayette III and James Lafayette Sr. Actress Jane Lapotaire died March 5, 2026, at the age of 81. She won both a Tony Award and an Olivier Award for her celebrated starring performance as Edith Piaf on stage, and was also remembered for her appearances in The Crown, Downton Abbey, and the film Lady Jane. Lapotaire is being remembered as one of the finest stage actresses of her generation, a performer of extraordinary range and emotional depth. She is survived by one son, screenwriter and director Rowan Joffe. Actor Corey Parker died March 5, 2026, in Memphis, Tennessee at the age of 60 after fighting cancer. He had recurring television roles on Will and Amp, Grace and 30-something, starred in Flying Blind and The Love Boat, The Next Wave, and appeared in films including Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, and Biloxi Blues. Parker is being remembered as a warm and committed actor who brought depth and humor to every role he took on. Actress Jennifer Runyon died March 6, 2026, at the age of 65, after fighting cancer. She had a small but memorable role in Ghostbusters and starred in the first season of Charles in Charge as Gwendolyn Pierce. She also appeared in Up the Creek and A Very Brady Christmas. Runyon is being remembered as a beloved presence of 1980s film and television whose warmth was evident in every performance. She is survived by her husband of 35 years, Todd Corman, and two children, Wyatt and Bailey. Musician Augie Myers died March 7, 2026, at the age of 85. He was a founding member of the Sir Douglas Quintet, known for their 1964 hit She's About a Mover, and a founding member of the Tex-Mex supergroup the Texas Tornadoes alongside Freddie Fender, Flaco Jimenez, and Doug Sahm. He was the last of the Tornadoes' founding members to survive. Myers is being remembered as a true Texas legend whose accordion and organ playing helped define the unique sound of the Lone Star State. He is survived by his wife Sarah. Musician Country Joe McDonald died March 7, 2026, at his home in Berkeley, California at the age of 84, of complications from Parkinson's disease. He was the lead singer of Country Joe and the Fish, whose iconic performance at Woodstock included their unforgettable anti-war song I Feel Like I'm Fixin' to Die Rag. He was also a United States Navy veteran who spent decades working on behalf of Vietnam veterans. McDonald is being remembered as one of the most passionate voices of the 1960s counterculture and a tireless advocate for those who served their country. He is survived by his wife of 43 years, Kathy McDonald, 5 children, 7, Devin, Tara Taylor, Emily McDonald Primus and Ryan, and 4 grandchildren. Scientist Sir Anthony Leggett died March 8, 2026, at his home in Urbana, Illinois at the age of 87. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2003 for his groundbreaking work in superconductivity and superfluidity, advancing our fundamental understanding of the universe. He was also a beloved longtime professor at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Leggett is being remembered as one of the great theoretical physicists of his era, a mind of rare clarity and creativity. He is survived by his wife Haruko Kines Leggett and one daughter, Elizabeth Asako Kines Leggett. Yoga teacher Lilias Folan died March 9, 2026, at an assisted living facility in Loveland, Ohio at the age of 90. She brought yoga to a wide American audience through her PBS program Lilias, Yoga and You, which ran for nearly 3 decades beginning in 1970, introducing millions of viewers to the practice long before it became mainstream. Folan is being remembered for inspiring generations with her gentle, calming approach and for making yoga accessible to everyday Americans everywhere. Her husband Bob predeceased her in 2018. She left behind 2 sons, Michael and Matthew, and 7 grandchildren, Taylor, Ryan, Elle, Sydney, Hunter, Maxwell, and Oliver. Singer Tommy DiCarlo died March 9, 2026, in Charlotte, North Carolina at the age of 60 of brain cancer. He became the lead singer of the legendary rock band Boston after posting homemade covers of their songs on MySpace following the death of founding singer Brad Delp, a story of dedication and love for music that captured hearts around the world. He died 19 years to the day after Delp. DiCarlo is being remembered for his incredible voice and his extraordinary journey from devoted fan to frontman of one of rock's most beloved bands. He is survived by his wife Annie and 2 children, Talia and Tommy DiCarlo Jr. Football player Matt Snell died March 10, 2026, in East Meadow, New York at the age of 84. He was a fullback for the New York Jets in the 1960s and 70s and a key figure in the team's legendary upset victory in Super Bowl III, scoring the Jets' first and only touchdown in that historic game. Snell is being remembered as a member of the Jets' Ring of Honor and one of the toughest and most reliable fullbacks of his generation. He is survived by his wife Sharon and 2 children, son Bo and daughter Jada, and 1 grandson Dante. Actress Judy Pace died March 11, 2026, in Marina del Rey, California at the age of 83 in her sleep. She was frequently seen on television in the 1960s and 70s with memorable roles on shows like The Young Lawyers and Peyton Place, and appeared in films including Cotton Comes to Harlem and The Thomas Crown Affair. Pace is being remembered as a groundbreaking actress of the Black New Wave in Hollywood whose talent and beauty lit up every screen she appeared on. She left behind 2 daughters, Sean Pace Mitchell and Julia Pace Mitchell, and 1 grandson, Stephen. Journalist Ernie Anastos died March 12, 2026, at a hospital in Mount Kisco, New York at the age of 82 of pneumonia. He spent decades delivering the news in New York City, working as an evening news anchor at WABC, WCBS, and other stations, and was also known for his nationally syndicated radio program and podcast Positively Ernie. Anastos is being remembered as one of New York City's most trusted and familiar broadcast voices, a journalist of grace and warmth who always found the positive story worth telling. He is survived by his wife Kelly and 2 children, Nina and Philip, and 4 grandchildren. Reverend John M. Perkins died March 13, 2026, at his home in Jackson, Mississippi at the age of 95, after living with Alzheimer's disease and dementia. He was a Christian leader and civil rights activist who spent his life working to help lift people out of poverty while sharing the gospel, and founded the Christian Community Development Association, a network of congregations working together to assist the poor. He was also a United States Army veteran of the Korean War. Reverend Perkins is being remembered as one of the most consequential Christian voices in American life, a man whose faith was measured not in words but in decades of action on behalf of the poor. He is survived by his wife of more than 74 years, Vera Mae Buckley Perkins, 8 children, and many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Musician Phil Campbell died March 13, 2026, at the age of 64, of complications from surgery. He was the longtime guitarist for Motorhead, joining the band in 1984 and touring and recording with them for more than 30 years. After Motorhead disbanded, he formed Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, playing alongside his 3 sons. Campbell is being remembered as one of the great rock guitarists of his generation, a player of ferocious energy and unwavering loyalty to the band he loved. He is survived by his wife Gaynor and 3 sons, Todd, Dane and Tyla, and grandchildren to whom he was known lovingly as Bampy. Economist Christopher Sims died March 14, 2026, at his home in Minneapolis at the age of 83, of injuries from a fall. He won the Nobel Prize in Economics in 2011 for his work demonstrating the cause and effect of economic factors like interest rates and inflation on the money supply, and was a professor at Princeton who previously taught at Harvard, Yale, and the University of Minnesota. Sims is being remembered as a towering figure in modern macroeconomics whose ideas changed the way governments and central banks understand their own decisions. He is survived by his wife Kathy and 3 children, Benjamin, Nancy, and Jody, and 4 grandchildren. Author Len Deighton died March 15, 2026, at the age of 97. He was best known for his spy novels, particularly his popular debut The Ipcress File, adapted into a film starring Michael Caine, and was also celebrated for his cookbooks, which featured his invention of cook strips, recipes drawn like comic strips. Deighton is being remembered as one of the masters of British spy fiction, a writer who brought wit, intelligence, and a working-class perspective to the genre. He is survived by his wife Isabelle de Ranitz and 2 children. Actor Matt Clark died March 15, 2026, at his home in Austin, Texas at the age of 89, of complications from surgery. He had roles in classic westerns including Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, and The Outlaw Josie Wales, and was also remembered for playing Chester the bartender in Back to the Future Part 3. Clark is being remembered as one of the most dependable and gifted character actors of the American Western, a face audiences trusted every time he appeared on screen. He is survived by his wife Sharon, 4 children, Amy, Matthias, Jason, and Seth, 3 stepchildren, 9 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandson. Musician Wayne Perkins died March 16, 2026, at the age of 74, following a stroke. He was a guitarist from Alabama whose extraordinary talent placed him in recording sessions with the Rolling Stones, Bob Marley, and Joni Mitchell, a player who shaped some of the greatest albums of his era while rarely receiving the recognition his gifts deserved. Perkins is being remembered as a musician's musician, quietly brilliant and immeasurably influential. Information about his surviving family has not been made public. TV host and actress Kiki Shepard died March 16, 2026, at the age of 74. She was the longtime co-host of Showtime at the Apollo, cheering on both professional entertainers and amateurs as they showcased their talents on one of television's most beloved variety stages. She was also remembered for her work on behalf of people fighting sickle cell disease through her KISS Foundation. Shepard is being remembered as the warm and joyful heart of Showtime at the Apollo, a presence that made every performer feel they belonged on that legendary stage. She is survived by her sister, 2 nieces, and a nephew. Singer Dolores Keane died March 16, 2026, at her home in Ireland at the age of 72. She was a founding member of Day Danan and was celebrated for her deep, melodic voice as she sang the traditional music of Ireland, performing alongside artists like John Prine and Emmylou Harris. Keane is being remembered as one of the great voices in Irish folk music, soulful, timeless, and unmistakably of the land she loved. She left behind 2 children, son Joseph and daughter Tara, and 2 grandchildren, Megan and Kian. Actor Tom Georgeson died March 18, 2026, in London at the age of 88. He was frequently seen on British television in shows like Boys from the Black Stuff, Doctor Who, and Between the Lines, and was also celebrated for his performance as George in A Fish Called Wanda. Georgeson is being remembered as one of the most reliable and compelling character actors in British television history, a performer who elevated every production he appeared in. He is survived by his wife Prim and 2 children, Richard and Roslyn. Musician Terry Cox died March 19, 2026, at the age of 89. He was the founding drummer for Pentangle, the influential British folk rock band known for songs like Once I Had a Sweetheart and Light Flight, and also drummed on David Bowie's first major hit, Space Oddity, and on 2 albums for Elton John. Cox is being remembered as one of the great drummers of the British folk and rock scenes, a musician of remarkable versatility and taste. Information about his surviving family has not been made public. Actor and martial artist Chuck Norris died March 19, 2026, at the age of 86. He was a legendary action star who fought his way through films like The Way of the Dragon and Missing in Action, and was best known to television audiences for his starring role in the long-running series Walker, Texas Ranger. He was also a United States Air Force veteran who served in the 1950s and 60s. Norris is being remembered as one of the great action icons of American film and television, a man whose toughness on screen was matched by his discipline, loyalty, and deep faith in it. He is survived by his wife Gina O'Kelly Norris and 5 children, Mike, Eric, Dakota, Danny Lee, and Dina, and a number of grandchildren. Actor Ed Bernard died January 23, 2026, in Los Angeles at the age of 86. His death was announced in March. He was one of the stars of the 1970s television series Policewoman, playing undercover detective Joe Stiles, and was also remembered for TV shows like The White Shadow and Hardcastle and McCormick, as well as the film Shaft. Bernard is being remembered as a gifted and charismatic actor who brought strength and humanity to every role in a career spanning 4 decades. His wife Shirley May predeceased him in 2005 after 44 years of marriage. He left behind 2 sons, Edward Brian and Mark Sheldon, and 4 grandchildren, Liz, Joshua, Samantha, and Alexandra. As we come to the end of today's remembrance, we take a moment to honor the lives, careers, and memories of those we have lost. Every name mentioned carried a story, touched hearts, and left behind moments that will never be forgotten. To the families, friends, and fans mourning these losses, our thoughts and deepest condolences are with you during this difficult time. May their memories continue to live on through the people they inspired and the legacy they leave behind. If you would like to stay informed and continue remembering the legends, artists, actors, musicians, and public figures who shaped generations, subscribe to the channel. This community is built on remembrance, respect, and keeping their stories alive. Thank you for joining the Golden Tribute.